Ladies and gentlemen, the first contestant of today's speech contest is Levon Petrosian, with a speech entitled "The True Way to Success." The True Way to Success, Levon Petrosian.
Dear Board of Judges, dear Timer, dear Mr. Chairperson or Chairman, and dear audience. Today, I'm going to talk about success. But have you ever thought what is success personally for you? One legend will help us to understand it. Once upon a time, the frogs decided to arrange the competitions. According to the rules, they had to climb a huge mountain. Definitely, it was quite amusing for other animals to watch it, but to tell the truth, no one actually believed that these poor creatures will get to the top of the mountain. Anyway, the competition started, and the frogs started climbing. It was quite amusing for others to see it, but then they started to cry. "No, you will fail. This is just impossible to get there." And what do you think? The result was just terrific. One frog believed it, and it left the competitions. Second frog believed it, and it left the competitions too. And only one frog kept on climbing to the top of the mountain. And what do you think? At the end of the competitions, all the frogs left the competition, and only one frog got to the top of the mountain. Well, all the animals were really astonished by this, and they rushed up to that very frog and asked, "Hey, how did you manage to do it? How did you achieve your goal? How did you manage to get to the top of the mountain?" And you know what? They saw that the frog was deaf. That's the point. Can we call this frog successful? Yes, I think so. First, the frog believed in its own strengths. Second, the frog achieved success within its life. Why is it important, you'll ask me? Remember Van Gogh, great artist, but remember his life. He was very poor and unknown when he was alive. And when he died, he got success and recognition. The question is, did it help him? That's the point. People, as a rule, have wrong conceptions about the time. We used to think that we have more time than we really have. In order to understand this better, you have to remember the Pareto analysis, according to which we have 100% of efforts and 100% of result. We spend 20% of the efforts to achieve 80% of result, and we use 80% of the efforts to achieve left 20% of result to accomplish it. So think and define that most important 20% for you and get down to this task. Another example, you're welcome. If you take big bucket and fill it with little stones, will you find there a place for big ones? No, definitely not. But if you take the same bucket and put first big stones and then little ones, you will find a lot of place for little stones if you put first big stones. The same is with dealing with your projects and with your business. First you have to deal with big projects and then with little ones. The same is for the problems. Another thing, you have to be effective in everything you do. You know this notorious story when three mothers met and one says, "You know, my son is bishop, so when he walks in the street in very good cassock, people address to him like, 'Oh, father.' Another mother says, 'That's what, my son, he's a priest, so when he walks in the street, ladies address to him like, 'Your Holiness.' And the third mother said, 'You know, and my son probably isn't chief, because he is a bodybuilder. So when he walks in the street, he has got very good suit, excellent shoes, and very good haircut. So when ladies see him, they address to him like, "Oh my God." That's the point. He is effective, and he has right goals. Speaking about the goals, people sometimes have very good and bright ideas in their heads, and they think that these are goals. Now, my dear, you are completely wrong. These are just dreams, and as you know, dreams don't come true very often. The goals do. What's the difference, you will ask me? What's the difference between the dream and the goal? I will tell you. The goal is formulated on the paper. Second, you have calculated how much time you have to invest and resources in order to get the profit from this goal, in order to achieve it. I tell you invest, but not spend. You don't spend time in achieving goal, because then you will get the profit. This profit mustn't be money for sure, no, but it must be measured by money. Unfortunately, people have no other things to measure the profit. Next, you have to formulate definite result of your goal. For instance, how many times you have tried to set the goal to study English? Million of times. But what did you mean saying study English? Do you mean to study 200 words? Or to study in such a way in order to pass examination at TOEFL for 600 points? That's the question. So formulate definite result. And the next idea is set achievable goals. If you set the goal to study 10,000 of English words per 1 year, this is impossible. Then it means that you will have to study 30 words per day. Is it possible for a working person? Don't think so. And if you set the goal to study 1,000 words per 1 year, then it means that you will have to study 3 words a day. If you haven't studied 3 words today, tomorrow you'll have to study 6 words. You will have a great progress check. That is very important. My dear friends, take into consideration my pieces of advice. Then you will become bright personalities, and moreover, you will achieve success within your life. Dear Mr. Chairman,